at this point, I just buy it. A lot of that stuff already pre-done.
Mm-hmm.
Like the... I can't really think of anything else on that. Things that would help you cook faster. Washing produce too. That might be something. We haven't really touched on that because that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of water. So sometimes I question, how much water we waste with all of that. So that could be a good thing too. Something that you can like put your produce in to efficiently clean it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a really good thing for me.
You're on produce for you to get your attention, it sounds like. You're just managing it more.
It sounds like I'm a vegetarian or something.
So weird.
Things that would help you make your home cleaner.
We already actually touched on that.
You can't have dogs. That's not
No, it
going to
was like
happen.
the idea of splatter and, helping you maintain splatter or messes in advance. The barrier being foil always with you, but,
Except nobody really puts that over. It would be in the oven, but you don't on the stove.
You could.
Okay.
We saw there's a utensil that's a splatter guard. There could be a product put out by a foil company to put over your pan that fits it perfectly.
And then you just dispose it. I think that's another thing why I probably never went with those splatter guards. Is how would you clean those? Because it's like a screen, so you would think that would get greasy and gross and
I think they do.
yeah. So that was probably an appeal. So yeah. Okay.
I'm looking for your top 3 to 5.
All right.
The most relevant
All right.
areas.
Okay. What'd you say, 3 to 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I have 4.
What are they?
Okay, well, things that would make the cooking process easier.
If your cooking process was easier, what does that do for you in your life? Taking that up a notch, we're going up the ladder here. So, what's better in your life if your cooking process is easier? How does it affect you?
Well, we cook at home a lot already, but maybe it would just encourage more of that and to expand out from our easy go-tos. So things that we don't cook often because it takes a lot of time, the prep, the cleanup, all of that.
New flavors, new recipes, exploring. Meaningful to me.
Okay. Anything else on that one? Things that would help you save effort.
If you're saving effort, how does that affect your life or your relationships or what?
Well, I don't have effort. To me is work, and so anything that's work can sometimes be less enjoyable. So
if you're
effort
enjoyable, what?
Well, effort to me, we've talked about a lot about various little projects or products that would help, but to me, effort's going to the store and getting those, or if it's a one and done, then okay, maybe, but if it's a reoccurring thing, it would have to be something that's really good to get me to make the effort to go.
Don't go to the product level at this point. What was the line? What does it say?
Things that would help you save effort.
If you're saving effort, what does that give you in your life? You don't have to put as much effort into cooking.
Yeah.
What do you get?
Time and happiness.
You have time and happiness. What happens?
I get to spend it with my husband and dogs and not prepping and cleaning and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Things that would make food storage easier. Organization. Knowing what you have and where it is.
If you are organized, you know where things are and what happens in your life.
Well, less effort.
Those two are connected?
I'm sorry?
Those two are connected in that way?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and frustration. I mean, there's, again, and less waste. I mean, I know I store things and then can't find them and they go bad.
You're wasting
and so I'm
less. What do
wasting
you
food.
feel?
I'm wasting the product to store it in. I'm
That's-
wasting my time for.
How do you feel inside if you're wasting less?
If I'm wasting less,
Mm-hmm.
well, I feel accomplished.
what?
I feel like I'm helping myself and the world if I'm not wasting
Broader
as
than
much.
you, the world,
What's that?
the whole world.
The whole world, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Things that would preserve or prolong the freshness of the food. Okay.
If you're preserving the freshness of your food longer, how does that affect your life, your relationships?
Well, I don't have to be out shopping as often. I'm not.
If you're not out shopping as often, what happens?
Well, for one, I'm saving money, and I have time to do other things versus going to get the groceries.
Anything wrong with life?
And then it also helps with just having stuff on hand to use, to cook. So I don't have to change up plans or make a trip to go buy whatever it is that went bad.
Awesome. So we talked a lot, and we bounced around a lot, which is cool. I'm okay with that. But I want to know, there were a lot of ideas thrown at you. You came up with a lot. There were a lot of spins on things that we talked about. What are the couple of things that right now, from this whole 2 hours, because we're about done, stand out to you? Like from a product idea standpoint, what stands out that we talked about today?
That we have talked about?
Yeah, things that, you know what, Chuck, if they actually did that and did it right, that's got potential. What stands out?
I think the products to preserve food and store them in a way that you have them and you can easily have access to them and use them.
Accessible, organized.
Yeah.
What's another one that stands out to you from what we talked about today?
Well, it stands out to me that I'm probably not using my kitchen, my oven, like I could because of old ideas about, just what that entails.
Did some of the ideas or specific ideas we talked about today make you think, you know what, I could use my oven? What, any of those ideas we talked about, use that?
Yeah, I mean, well, like you said, with the bags to marinate and do all of that kind of versus, relying on the grill. So yeah, I could accomplish the same thing in the oven and maybe get different flavors, or it might be easier. Then the hoops we have to jump through sometimes to use a grill.
Okay.
So give my husband a break from grilling. I might be able to accomplish the same meals but in a different way and have them just as good but just different.
So now I want to kind of switch and talk about it in a different way, but stay on those two product types. Okay, so we'll do the first one. The product type is it's preserving food and it's storing food. It's giving me the benefit of being easily accessible and organized. So it's this whole storage space, which is clearly relevant to you. So if you think of it in terms of a job, okay, that's the job. This product is going to preserve food and store your food, and it's going to make it more easily and more organized. So you're going to hire this product to do that. Who are you firing and why? What products are you firing if that's the case?
I'm firing Ziplocs. No, I mean that. I'm being serious. As much as I'm reliant on them, they get lost. And again, it might be as simple as me just getting a container and just being dedicated to putting all my Ziplocked items in that. But yeah.
Are you firing Ziplocs plastic, or are you firing them?
The baggies. The baggies, just baggies in general. If I had a better way to store those things, and maybe it's just a little, like a drawer that has all the chop things, that you just get out what you need. So maybe it's not portioned, or I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's this cool little device that you can just put things in, and it knows the proper way to keep, peppers or cheese, or, that's diced up, or I don't know.
There's clearly, and we don't have to solve it, but there is an opportunity in food
Yeah.
storage for prepping.
Yeah.
There's probably a million ways they could produce something. There could be a whole new appliance around that, but we don't have to solve that here.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was these marinating bags, or something around that idea, versus relying on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have to be the marinating specific idea. It could have just been these bags, or however that is. If that's who you're going to hire for the benefit of not having to rely on your grill, who are you firing in that one? What products are you firing? Or what items are you firing?
Well, it would be the cast iron grill pans, and
You're firing them? Well, actually, you're
Yeah.
kind of firing your grill in that scenario. That's one of them.
well, except like you said, if I could take the marinade bags out and put them on the grill.
It's going to the grill.
We did talk about that. We talked about the oven too, but no, I don't know that we would ever get rid of the grill. Yeah,
So
that, I couldn't
when
fire
you
the
start thinking it through,
But-
you'd rather fire the cast iron skillet.
But okay, you're thinking the one that goes on my stove. I'm thinking the cast iron that goes on our grill.
I didn't realize that what you did.
Yeah, we have specific grill pans. Yes.
I got it.
So instead of lugging those out to do the veggies in, or to do
You
smaller
don't have
or
to lug
fish.
those out. The benefit of it not doing that is what?
Well, they're heavy and awkward, and they often get left on the grill, and then we find them the next time we're going to grill. So
That's interesting to me. That one actually plays out really well. It's just this thing that's getting left out there, and that whole process goes away, and you just put it in your oven with hopefully an equivalent flavor.
Yeah.
If they did it right.
yeah. But I mean, again, the grill would never go away. I mean, that's an enjoyment thing for my husband and me too.
No,
So yeah, that's an event.
Let's
in
picture
itself.
a rainy day
Yeah.
that you don't want to go.
But yeah, for an option.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because the theme here too, underneath one of the underlying themes was this: how do you expand your kind of cooking horizons? That could be a way to do that, and just getting you to use your oven in different ways, because you're just not.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay.
So you're not firing the grill, you're just giving it a day off.
Yeah, I would never fire the grill, ever.
But she's on occasion firing that cast iron skillet process, and those things suck to clean. I hate cleaning those.
They
sucks.
do. They
Do
do.
you use soap?
I do.
Do you? I do too, but
I do. My dad
all my
does it, and I
shine.
know when you're a purist, and once they get seasoned, you shouldn't. But I still do,
I
and
have to
just
clean it.
yeah. But you don't you rinse them, and I don't know, and then it kind of just cooks on.
Maybe I'm putting the wrong stuff in it because it's always really hard to get off. I end up using soap, and they're never shiny.
Yeah, but because you need to put them back on the stove with a little oil and just oil them. Just barely warm them and put a little oil and rub it in.
I'm in a condo, and I'm so paranoid of the smoke. This is been my issue with.
Yeah, that doesn't create really any smoke.
Yeah.
And believe me, but for whatever reason, they put our smoke alarm right in that little in that hallway there. We have a whole system now because my little dog gets totally flipped out. So we have the vent, and we have a fan out in the garage already, and we have towels. And
If I set it off,
that's another
60
reason
units
I don't
get set off.
Yeah, I don't use the oven for that reason too, because invariably I use the oven. I mean, just steam sets off the smoke alarm, so it's an ordeal. So
All right, well, I'll take the cards and we'll get out of your hair, unless you guys have something specific you want to follow up on.
Yep, okay, thank you.
That's great.
Thank you
Yeah,
for letting
thank
us
you
in your
so
home.
much.
Thank you so much. Super helpful.
are you two
Should
from
be
here?
I'm not, I'm from Chicago.
You both Chicago. We're heading up there in a
I'm
few
from
weeks for a
Maxwell.
wedding.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
been a
wonderful.
while since I've been there. They're
In the
just
city?
Don't go right
yeah,
now.
yeah. No, they live kind of up near Wrigley.
Okay, yeah, that's a great neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a while since we've been to Chicago and spent some time there. We used to live in Southern Illinois, which is Southern Illinois, which Chicago doesn't recognize that part of the state with good reason.
Where, like in
Mount Vernon.